Alright, so welcome to the video. In this video you're going to be taking a look at the Cowsar. It's a Chinese branded ice cream maker. I found this on Amazon. Typically these cost about $120, but they do have a lot of really good features. It's easy to operate. It is food grade stainless steel. It's small, compact, so it's easy to store like when you're not using it. You also could keep this on your kitchen counter, but we are able to keep this one on a shelf in the pantry. So again, a really good size, not very heavy. It's also very easy to operate and very easy to clean. Now these again are claims made by Cowsar on the Amazon website. And finally, it's self-freezing, so it has a built-in compressor. So typically when you make ice cream, you have to pre-chill your mix before you put it in the ice cream maker. So with this you don't have to do that. You also don't have to worry about salt and ice and all those things that typically come along with making ice cream at home. Alright, so let's just carefully open it. Not really sure what could be under the lid there, so I don't want to cut into it if I don't have to. Alright, so we come off right out of the box with instruction manual and some troubleshooting tips, so we'll keep an eye on that, keep those there. Alright, also in the top of the box here, let's see if you can see that. Here are what appear to be the paddles. They are plastic or made of some kind of polymer material. I don't want to say what it possibly could be, but it's probably not just plain plastic. And then it's curved. It's kind of like a little spatula. Okay, so I'll put that here as well. Now again, that was just free floating here on the top here. All right, so we're going to take off this piece of foam and let's see what's underneath. And it looks like it is the actual ice cream maker. So let's go ahead and pull this out. It's in a bag. Actually, I'm going to set it down to the floor and then I'll grab it from there. Okay, so let's put this on the floor. Alright, I was hoping the gravity would do its job there, and it kind of did. The cord just got stuck, and that's it. There's actually nothing else in the box. Okay, so I'm actually going to put this back in the box. Alright, so that's it. This is the ice cream maker. As you can tell, it's fairly simple. There's not many parts to it, just what we see here. So let me open this, and you can see it kind of turns to unlock, and if I take that off, most likely where I'm going to be attaching this paddle, but I'll get to that later. And then there is a small measuring cup inside, and then that's it. As you can see here, there's nothing else inside of the ice cream maker. And there's this cup, and it is a measuring cup, so you can barely see the lines here. And I think it's actually made so that you can look inside from this direction because it's a little bit more pronounced and you can see the numbers a little bit more clear than you can from the outside. But that's my opinion. So that's all that we have. Fairly simple unboxing.
Hi, we are here to review the Cowsar fully automatic ice cream maker with built-in compressor. The Amazon description also has fruit yogurt machine, pre-freezing is not needed, removable ice cream bowl, easy clean. There are a few points here that I'm going to walk through, and I can comment on some of them because we did actually make this last night. Just to get familiar with it and see how some of the things worked. The instructions are a little bit confusing as to what each of these things actually are, and some of what is labeled in here doesn't correlate perfectly, but you get the idea, and it's actually really easy to use overall. The first bullet point is, it says you can convert daily food ingredients into your favorite frozen desserts to make delicious homemade ice cream. You can customize your taste and texture by mixing your favorite chocolates, nuts, candies, fruits, etc. So that's the mix-ins, it looks like. And there's a button right here that when you're ready to mix in, we'll show you that later, you'll just turn to that and it just does a mix to actually mix in whatever you're adding to it. We're gonna do that at the beginning. I'm not really sure if you're supposed to do it at the beginning. It doesn't say in here when to do any kind of mix-ins, but that's what we're gonna do. Then we've got the next bullet point is full automatic ice cream machine and yogurt machine. Powerful built-in compressor freezer, can be used continuously without pre-freezing. I will comment on that. We, last night, we made our mix and then we just refrigerated it for about 30 minutes, and we actually moved it. There's a refrigeration mode on here that we turned on for about 15 minutes, and then we poured the mix in and made it. What I think that maybe that refrigeration mode does, it doesn't really explain in here. What I think that's doing is it makes the bowl a little bit colder before you start, if you want to do that. And then your mixing time for us last night was less. I only had to mix it for about 40 minutes or so and it was done. So that's potentially what that is. And then today we're gonna do it a little bit differently, and we're gonna just do our mix in. We're gonna put it directly on ice cream mode and do the full 50 to 60 minutes that it says to use it. But either way, you do not have to pre-freeze a bowl or pre-freeze your mix or cool it. Like you should be able to, if you're cooking your mix, you should be able to cook your mix and pour it. You don't have to set it overnight or anything like that. Right, you should be able to pour it directly in, and it should work with the compressor. There's no ice needed, there's no salt needed. I don't know if you're familiar with any of the old-fashioned ones, but okay. Next bullet point, safe and convenient. Keep the cooling function to prevent ice cream from melting. That we also haven't tried as of last night, but we are gonna try it today. So what that is at the end, when our ice cream is done at the 50 to 60 minutes, whatever our timer is that we set it to, when the timer goes off, if you don't unlock it and take it out, it will automatically move into this refrigeration mode or whatever, or keep cool mode, that allows your ice cream to sit there. If you just, who knows, forgot about it, didn't get up in time to take it out, it'll keep it cool. I believe it's for up to an hour. So we'll try that today and comment on that at the end. And then there's two more bullet points. One is unique design. Cowsar automatic ice cream machine has a smooth stainless steel appearance and a soft touch LCD control panel, which is convenient for seamless storage and installation on the table. I don't know if it's LCD, it's all just manual here, and I don't see anything. I don't know that it's LCD, but it's really easy to see. And then quiet and noiseless. Cowsar automatic ice cream machine will not make noise when running and rotating, and you can enjoy a quiet and delicious life. That is true. It was very quiet when we had it running last night. I mean, if you want to watch TV and it's in the kitchen and there's close by, you can always just put it in another room with the door closed, but it's not even really necessary. I felt like it was quiet compared to some of the other machines we've used. Okay, I think that's really it. I mean, the bucket is right here. It could maybe be a little bit bigger, depending on how much ice cream you like to make at a time. It works fine for us and for what we did, at least last night, and what we're gonna do today. And then I think, oh, and it also comes with a 1-year warranty, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to let the kids take over and show you assembly and how easy it is to just get it going.
So I'm going to take the cap off. There is a little lock showing an arrow pointing toward the unlock, so you're just going to twist it in that direction to remove the cap. We're going to place the bucket in, making sure that the sides are lined up, and you can place the handle to either side. Then I'm going to take this paddle, whatever it's called, and take the smaller hole and just push to place it or attach it to the cap on a metal bar. And then I'm gonna leave it open.
Yep.
This is our coconut milk ice cream base to put in the ice cream machine. We made this mix earlier today and stored it in the fridge for about 30 minutes. So I'm just going to pour this in.
In the directions, it says to pour it directly in. I don't see why you could potentially pour it in the bucket and then put it in. Either way is probably fine. Last night I poured it directly in. Today we'll try pouring it and then placing it carefully. Just the biggest thing is you don't want things to be spilled on the inside of the ice cream maker.
And this is a mint chocolate chip ice cream base, so I'm going to pour in some chocolate chips for our mix-ins.
Very easy. And then we're gonna try that mix-in button. I'm thinking that's what that is. Like I said, it doesn't say, it just says single mixing mode. So,
make sure it's fully closed. I'm going
here's your
to
plug.
plug it in.
Also, one of the things it mentions is to keep it on a flat surface. That's important to make sure that everything works properly. So turn that
I'm going to turn it onto the mix-in button.
I wonder if you have to turn it there and then turn a timer on. So turn the timer on. There it goes. Okay.
So it does look like you do have to turn the timer before anything starts.
So you just select your mode and then turn a timer on.
Make sure to turn the time button clockwise. We tried it last night and we turned it the wrong.
Yeah, it seems to matter which way you turn it.
It seems to like automatically turn off and you have to remove
Does
everything.
it look mixed enough?
Well, like,
Probably.
Yes.
And then so just turn the time down. And then let's switch it over to ice cream mode.
I'm going to bring it over to the ice cream mode and I'm going to do a 60-minute timer.
And that's it. We'll be back to check on it and let you know how it's going. Okay, we are back and we're going to undo our ice cream here. We actually noticed that around 40 minutes it was done. So we turned the timer down and we left it in the ice cream mode because I wanted to see if the keep cool function worked, and it did. It was about 10 minutes after it sat here, it kicked on the refrigerator or the cooling process for about 5 minutes. Then it kicked it off again, and then I waited, and about 10 minutes later it kicked it on again for another 5 minutes. And it sounds like that's the regular intervals that it's saying it will cool for. So we're gonna go ahead and turn everything off and I'll let you guys see what it looks like. So it's off. I'm going to move it, this is loud, move it into my container that I'm gonna put in the freezer and show you what it looks like. Looks like the mix-ins worked well. So I'm gonna unlock. Oh, well, the paddle's in there still. It pulled the paddle off. I think this whole thing should come out. That's gonna be the best way to do it. I'm gonna come over here so you guys can see it. There. So the whole paddle is in here, but you can see it's ice cream. That comes out pretty easily. And then you can see texture. Now keep in mind that this is a coconut milk ice cream rather than a regular dairy ice cream, but I imagine that it would do the same texture. That might be why it finished sooner for us, and so maybe a regular dairy one would take the full 50 or 60 minutes, but that looks great. So after using this, even though the instructions were maybe just a little bit confusing, if you follow what we did here, it's super easy to use. It is compact, it's not very noisy, and I would definitely recommend this ice cream machine.